Welcome to Our Night Sky on Astrocast.tv. January brings the promise of a new year of stargazing. For many observers in the Northern Hemisphere, the weather is now wintry and cold, while most Southern Hemisphere stargazers have pleasant summery weather. No matter where you do your stargazing from, be sure and dress for the weather. And if you have a pair of binoculars or a small telescope, bring them along. Venus and Jupiter are putting on a fine planetary show these evenings. Venus is the bright beacon in the west just after sunset. Look for Jupiter higher in the sky throughout the first half of the night, and then near the western horizon right around midnight. If you have a small telescope, see if you can spot any of Jupiter's 4 Galilean moons. This month, we're going to explore the constellations Gemini the Twins and Taurus the Bull. Both are easy to find, not far from the familiar shape of Orion the Hunter. The two bright stars, Castor and Pollux, form the heads of a pair of starry twin brothers called Gemini, who have been observed by stargazers since ancient times. If you look at the star Castor and then follow this line of stars toward his feet, you should be able to find a little open cluster of stars called M35. You can spot it with your naked eye if you're observing from a fairly dark spot. But also check out this cluster with your binoculars or telescope. The constellation Taurus has a pair of interesting star clusters and an aging star within its boundaries. The first star cluster we'll talk about is called the Pleiades. They lie about 450 light-years away from us. With the naked eye, you can see about 6 or 7 stars in this cluster. But if you look at the Pleiades with a pair of binoculars or a small telescope, you can easily spot dozens or hundreds of stars. This cluster is made up of stars that are only about 100 million years old, which makes them very, very young for stars. The face of Taurus the Bull is outlined by another group of stars, the V-shaped Hyades cluster. These are much older than the Pleiades. Some of them are aging red giants. The stars of the Hyades lie about 150 light-years away from us, and they make up the closest open cluster to us in the galaxy. You've probably noticed a bright star that looks like it's part of the Hyades. It's called Aldebaran, also known as the Eye of Taurus the Bull. It's not really a member of the cluster. It just lies in the line of sight between us and the Hyades. In fact, Aldebaran is really close, about 65 light-years away from us. So, spend some time this month looking up at the Pleiades and the Hyades and M35. Use your binoculars and your small telescope. Try to count the stars in each of these clusters, and think about how close all of these things lie to us. They're really right next door in our galactic neighborhood. This is Carolyn Collins Peterson for Our Night Sky, wishing you all clear skies from Astrocast.tv. Music for this episode of Our Night Sky comes from the album Stella Novus from Geodesium.com.
Did you know the Sun is approximately 26,000 light-years from our galactic center in the Milky Way? That its volume is equal to almost 1,300,000 Earths, and that it takes the Sun's light about 8 minutes to reach Earth. And something most important, at its core, the temperature is a whopping 15.7 million degrees Kelvin. Woohoo! That's hot!